Greetings, cyber citizens. This is Cali Joe coming to you again. Before we begin, I want to do a recap on the previous episode in March before we began our Women's History Month. I had spoke at length about how it is horrible if you die in prison before you can get your ability to be released, and that's by deficient medical care. And I had explained to you that I had to take legal action in the U.S. District Court in Raleigh, North Carolina, and pay $350 just to get my cancer screening services from male reproductive health care. Well, then I did not know my conditions. And today I can tell you one of many that I can give you the diagnosis that we have. It is referred to as this is a very hard name, so bear with me. The short form name of it is actually appendix cancer, but it's pseudomyxoma periotoni, or PMP for short, and that's PSEUDOMYXOMA, and the next word is periotoni, which is PERITONEI, and again it's PMP for short. It's considered a rare form of cancer that typically starts in your appendix, which is why it's also called appendix cancer. It is estimated to affect about 2 out of 1 million people. And it's unknown what causes this unusual cancer to occur. However, as more becomes known about this disease, doctors are discovering it's not as rare as once thought. PMP usually begins with a polyp or small growth on the lining of your appendix, similar to the polyps that may occur with colon cancer. Less often, the cancer may start in your bowel, ovary, or bladder. This polyp typically causes no symptoms in the early stages, but continues to grow until it bursts through your appendix wall and into your abdominal cavity. At this point, additional tumors may develop in your abdomen, which secrete a jelly-like fluid called mucin. Unlike most forms of cancer, which spread through your bloodstream or lymphatic system, PMP stays isolated primarily in your abdomen and spreads via the mucin, and that's MUCIN. As mucin builds up in your abdomen, symptoms may begin to appear. These may include pain in your abdomen or pelvic region, which I have, abdominal swelling and bloating, which I have, changes in bowel habits, which I have, loss of appetite, I'm always hungry, fatigue, which I have, bowel irritations, that's true, and fertility problems, which is why I've sought male reproductive health care services. Not everyone who has PMP will experience these symptoms. Further, because it's considered rare, PMP is often misdiagnosed. In women, PMP may be confused with acute appendicitis or ovarian cancer, which can also cause abdominal swelling and produce mucin. PMP may also be confused with colon cancer or even irritable bowel syndrome, so a thorough examination is necessary. In many cases, a surgery to look into your abdomen is required for proper diagnosis. If you're experiencing any of these symptoms, I would strongly encourage you to reach out to, one moment please, the pseudonymasurvivor.org. I'm going to spell it for you again because it is a weird word. PSEUDOMYXOMA survivor.org. Or you can call 888-221-CURE. That's CURE. Now, going forward, I will say on my other notes that I have for this matter is after the appendectomy, 5-year survival rate for simple AM, which is referred to as appendiceal mucocele, which is APPENDICEAL, and the other word is mucocele, which is MUCOCELE, short form of AM. Okay, going forward, after appendectomy, 5-year survival rate for the simple AM is 91 to 100%, but it reduces to 25% for malignant AM. And after, as I told you in my previous situation, I had sought out the services for a period of 1 year for cancer screening services. And after 5 sick calls, I was denied. Not denied as in I got into medical and they said, oh, there's nothing wrong with you. I was denied by denial of access to medical to talk about it. So beginning August 10th of this year, of 2023, I shall definitely be enjoying our trial we're having over this matter, in which they're going to be held accountable for their denial of medical care. I will also say currently I am actively working on protecting and preserving the sample of the appendix for medical research purposes. Reason why I'm doing this is because North Carolina in 2020 attempted to pass a law that inmates who die in prison, their autopsies and anything of the findings of the autopsy will not be reported or be allowed to be given to ordinary citizens. If you remember, that's also when the actor, musician, producer, Ice Cube actually even got involved by tweeting Governor Cooper and saying, you should stop that practice. You shouldn't allow for that. And to this day, it has not been passed. Give them a chance and they would do it. However, being that the situation in question involves a lot of issues of medical care for prisoners, I want to remind you that in that same podcast from March that I had pointed out that Maya Moore and Jonathan Irons, Maya Moore being a former WNBA star, Jonathan Irons being her new husband, she had helped him be released from prison. They want to be active in prison reform and social justice and criminal justice activism. So this would be a great opportunity to network with these two individuals so that they can have their chance to do what they want to do in regards to that kind of networking and activism. And I would encourage you strongly to even network with this story and send it forward. And there are other individuals who, if you are in those who like medical podcast, the HEAL Squad, HEAL Squad, by Maria Menounos, on her story of pancreatic cancer, is very, very interesting and similar to what I had went through. Her HEAL Squad deals with physical health, emotional wellness, and relationships. She often talks about being the CEO of your health. And in the interests of prison and prison-related content, I would encourage you to follow what you feel is necessary. But I just wanted to recap with you and let you know what I had discovered. And to say the least, it is kind of interesting. And moving on to our other stories, I will just simply say we are going to be dealing with Mother's Day. And being that my favorite player is a mama, that would be none other than Diana Taurasi herself. And later in the broadcast, we will definitely be discussing Diana Taurasi. However, as a forewarning, this will not be about the statistics or analytics of Diana Taurasi. She is one of the world's greatest basketball players. But this podcast has never been about celebrity fandom and is more about social and criminal justice and networking. And the story of Diana Taurasi is very interesting. And we will discuss that further at a later time in this podcast. But first, we'll move to another interest of society and things that are going on that are an interest in other individuals, such as currently in Hollywood, we have a writer's strike. And this is not the first time since 2020 that we have had issues of social justice needs for individuals. The labor workers, the production assistants, and the production crew are constantly now requesting to be treated better in their work performances, such as breaks and better hours and labor standards. And I believe that that would be a wise idea. In this era, after Harvey Weinstein and his disease that he spread upon the entertainment industry, I think we need to be very active in changes we make for these individuals. We have a chance to restructure Hollywood in the aftermath of COVID-19 and Harvey Weinstein, where we have lost a lot of legendary actors and Hollywood elite, the face of Hollywood is changing. And we have a chance to embed people and create new changes, such as if we were to utilize Doug Emhoff, our first second gentleman, the husband of Vice President Kamala Harris, because he is a former entertainment lawyer. He would be great as a mediator in dealing with the issues at large. We'll first address the issues of writers. It is kind of difficult and hard hours on an individual when you work long hours and you have to be creative and you do structural versus cosmetic changes versus reconstructive changes. I will say when it comes to reconstructive changes, there should definitely be a per diem pay situation going on, such as dealing with extra hours, but salary. And you'll have to forgive me, I'm going free from my notes today. I figured why not have a little bit of fun and just wing it. But all joking aside, we should definitely look at working with better strategies to improve our entertainment industry. And the first thing we need to focus on would be let's do stories for our children, such as we are in position with Disney to bring it back to the original formula of Mickey Mouse and various other tunes. One other great thing that would be child-friendly would be Chasing Felicity series by Ginger Z. Being that Ginger Z works for ABC, which is the parent company of Disney, you would think that it would be a wise idea to create a film based off the Chasing Felicity series. It's all about STEM, it's all about weather, and, right now, young girls could use that, because it's all about a young girl who wants to be a meteorologist. And I would seriously recommend that book series. Now, moving forward, as far as other content, I would say allowing other actors and producers and writers to sit down and we choose diversity over popularity, such as allowing for Ice Cube and Lena Waithe and others who are minorities to be on a panel unofficially to discuss what would be fair for writers. I think that would be needed. And furthermore, when it comes to story content, why don't we discuss good stories like a sequel to Roger Rabbit? I think we could use Who Kidnapped Roger Rabbit and make it all about the girls trying to help discover Roger Rabbit. These are things that we should look into, and these are things that are child-friendly and healthy. I think we need to look at also making movies like Darkwing Duck, but that is a later day in time for us all. But on that channel and like this, we will shortly see. Now, granted, I'm babbling and rambling on because, as I stated, I do not have my notes because I was winging